Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at the ZLRC SG906 PRO 2 drone. This foldable brushless GPS drone has a 4K camera with a 3-axis gimbal. It has optical flow positioning and also has plenty of automated features such as waypoints, follow me, circle me, return to home, gesture control, auto takeoff, auto land, and plenty of others. So let's check it out. Now the drone comes in this white box showing the quadcopter there in the front, and this is the SG906 PRO 2 GPS smart drone for ages 14 plus, and you can see the QR code there for the app, and then you can see the camera features there down below. And then also if you look here at the top, you can see that it shows the controller and the drone in its compact state. If you look on the side, it just says ZL drone for ZLRC, and then here on the side you could see which model you have checked off, whether it's the SG906 PRO or PRO 2. This is the PRO 2 with the 3-axis gimbal. The PRO has a 2-axis gimbal, and here you have a listing of all its features, such as being foldable, GPS, circle me, waypoints, long flight time, 4K camera, so on and so forth. So plenty of features there for the drone. And then last but not least, a view of the back. You could see another angle of the drone, and you could see it in flight there. So now let's open up the box and see what we have inside here. So this particular set comes in a case. There are versions without a case, but this one has a case and also 3 batteries. You can get these in 1, 2, or 3 battery sets, but this is the 3 battery set with a case. Now this case is very practical and useful. It has plenty of pockets and compartments, especially on the outside. So right here it says ZLRC, and it has a main little pocket right here in the front, so you could put a lot of little accessories in there. And then there's pockets all around. There's like another pocket here right behind it, and you can put things in there. There's even a pouch space right here in the back, so you can put even more things in there. So very useful and practical. A lot of different little compartments to store things. It has a handle and a strap, so you can carry it around very conveniently. So very nice case here. And then we have some protective padding in there, and as you can see, everything's tucked away and stored all nice and neat. And then here there's even a netted pocket right here inside, so very nice. Everything just fits there very securely. And so let's unzip and take a look at what's inside here in the main pocket. So we have our 2 batteries, and there's of course one in the drone, and they are 7.6 volt 3400 milliamp LiPo batteries. Then we have plenty of instruction manuals and brochures in many languages here. And then we also have the charging cable and spare propellers. So a lot of useful little accessories. We have the spare propellers here as well with 2 sets. And now looking at the instruction manuals, it comes in several languages such as English, Italian, German, Spanish, French, Japanese. So definitely a wide coverage of information there. So very good. And now taking a closer look at the drone here, it's in its folded and compact state. And here in the front you could see its gimbal guard. So it has a very nice gimbal guard to protect the 3-axis gimbal on it. And here below you could see the optical flow sensor or camera and the 5G Wi-Fi antenna. And then here in the back is the battery bay. And of course this is a foldable drone. It's very easy to fold and unfold. And here on the top you could see it says Beast, and it has the logo, and then it says SG906 PRO. So very nice looking drone, highly resembles a Mavic. And here's the 3-axis gimbal. Very nice, good quality gimbal, and all the axes are covered, so it should stabilize the footage very well. Here is the SD card slot. And now let's take a look at the controller. A very compact, comfortable controller, and it has these fold out arms at the top. And then also you can stretch out those arms to put a pretty large cell phone there and mount the mobile device up there. And then also in the back, it takes 4 AA batteries held in place with this lid and a screw. And then also it has very comfortable joysticks. And then it has a very nice LCD display with a lot of telemetry shown on there. So very cool detailed controller. And overall a very nice set here with 3 batteries and a smooth flying drone. So now let's take a closer look at the drone. Now, taking a closer look at the drone, this is a sleek looking drone that highly resembles a DJI Mavic or something of that sort. And right here in the front, you could see it's a 4K camera that has a 3-axis gimbal. And on the side there, it says SG906 PRO on both arms. And at the top, you can see it has the Beast logo there with the horns. And so now looking at the gimbal here, it does stabilize all the axes and it does tilt downward 90 degrees. So you can remotely tilt the camera all the way down using the controller. And then here on the side, we have its SD card slot. So it can record onboard footage, which is very good. Here on the bottom, we have its optical flow camera sensor along with its 5G Wi-Fi antenna. And then also we have the 1806 1700 kV brushless motors, which are very powerful. And they are powered by this fairly large battery here in the back, which is a 7.6 volt 3400 milliamp LiPo battery. And this battery charges on the side here with a micro USB port. So you would plug the micro USB cable in there, and it does take around 4 hours to charge. And it is a smart battery in the sense that you can press and see the level of charge. And it does provide the quadcopter with around a 28-minute flight time. And you can see it has a large battery bay, and you just slide it in and latch it on. And then you just double tap to activate the drone. And as you can see, there's pretty good lighting on the drone. You have lights on the arms, on the top of the drone, and in the front. So very good for orientation, especially under darker conditions. And as previously mentioned, this is a foldable drone, and it's very easy to fold in and out. You would start out with the rear legs, followed by the front ones, and make sure the propellers align. And as you can see, it's very compact and portable when it's all folded in, and very sleek. So it's easy to put in the case and just simply travel with it. Very portable and lightweight. So very efficient there, and unfolding it as well is very simple. You would start out with the front legs, followed by the rear ones. And now you could see the drone expanded with its arms fully extended out. And here you could see the side profile. So a very sharp looking drone with good solid build quality. And so now let's take a closer look at its transmitter. Now, taking a closer look at the transmitter, this is a very comfortable and smoothly rounded controller. And in the back of the controller, it does take 4 AA batteries held in place with this lid here. And then also there are these fold out arms here to mount your mobile device. And then it has these 2 kickstands that fold out, but they're not antennas. And these arms do stretch out quite a bit, so it can hold a very large cell phone, but not big enough to hold a tablet. And now going over the controls here a bit, we have the on-off button right here in the center, and its charge indicator here at the top. And then over on the right side, we have its video and photo buttons to take video or photo. And if you long press the photo button, you can perform a GPS compass calibration. Here we have the rates of speed and return to home button. And if you keep the rate of speed button pressed, it will perform a gyro calibration. Down here, we have the LCD backlit display with the distance, the height, the number of satellites, the flight mode, the battery level of the drone and controller, and the signal strength. Here we have the left throttle stick followed by the right rudder stick. And then at the top of the controller, we have these buttons on this side to tilt the camera up or down, up to 90 degrees. And then the buttons on this side are to perform the auto takeoff and land and put the drone in headless mode. So those are essentially all the controls there. And overall, a feature-rich, comfortable controller with a lot of options and very good telemetry. So now let's take a closer look at setting this up for a first-time flight and its app. Now, setting up for a first-time flight is very straightforward. Once you have a fully charged battery inserted into the drone, along with an SD card, and have a fresh set of batteries inserted into the controller, along with a mobile device, you would proceed to activate the drone by maintaining a double press of the battery in the back until the drone turns on. And then once it turns on, you would simply turn on the transmitter, and it should automatically bind out of the factory. And once bound, you would perform a gyro calibration by keeping the speed button pressed for a few seconds, like so. So you'd press it for a little bit, and then once you see the lights on the drone and controller flash, then it will initialize the gyro calibration and level off the drone. Make sure that's applied while the drone is on a flat ground surface and not moving. And then you can initialize the GPS compass calibration by keeping the photo button pressed for a few seconds, like such. You just press it and then keep it for a few seconds, and then once again you should see the lights on the drone flash in a certain pattern. And then you would rotate the drone about 3 or 4 spins clockwise on its flat horizontal axis until you hear a beep. And so once you hear the beep, you would then face the drone upwards and spin it another 3 or 4 spins clockwise on its vertical axis until you hear another beep. So you'd keep rotating it, and once you hear that beep, you have fully calibrated the GPS compass, and then now you would just set the drone down and wait for it to connect to satellites. And while it's doing that, you would connect to the drone's Wi-Fi using the app. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Now, once in your mobile device's Wi-Fi settings, you want to look for an entry that says XL-Pro-4K-5G- serial number. And that entry will not have any default Wi-Fi password or anything like that. So you'd go ahead and connect to that. And once connected, you would go ahead and launch this app right here, which is HFun Pro for Have Fun Pro. And it's in both the iOS and Android app stores. So once you go ahead and launch that, you will be greeted with this screen right here that says HFun Pro. And there are some settings and options on this main screen, such as this one to enable or disable beginner mode. And you can also limit the height and distance the aircraft will go. So you have those settings there. And then you also have some help documentation on this side. And so you can read through that to help you through the app and use of the aircraft. Then you have some flight logs, and then also you can adjust some other settings from here, such as the language, firmware update, anti-shake options, etc. So some other settings here that you can also apply. Over here you could perform certain calibrations, such as the gyro or GPS compass calibrations can be done from within the app. But most importantly, you'd want to go to where it says start here. And so once you click in there, you'll start right away with a live feed with the drone. As you can see, we already have a live feed, and it's a pretty clear, stabilized feed with very little lag or latency, as you can see here. So a pretty good FPV feed with 5G Wi-Fi that goes about a range of about 600 to 800 meters. So a pretty good FPV feed there. And now taking a closer look at the app, there's full telemetry at the top, such as distance, height, vertical and horizontal speed, signal strength, battery levels of both the drone and controller. So a lot of good telemetry there. On the upper right, we have some features such as being able to switch between the different camera views, such as the bottom optical flow camera or the front-facing camera, or splitting them both on the screen. So a lot of different options there between the different camera views and how you switch between them. Then this option right here will split the screen for VR mode, for VR goggles or FPV goggles. This will rotate the display upside down. Here's access to the photo and video gallery. And over here you have access to the waypoints mode, where you can draw and remove certain waypoints from the map so that the aircraft can fly those waypoints in a certain route. And then you can switch back to FPV mode by pushing the picture-in-picture. And then over here you have access to other special modes such as follow me and gesture modes. And then also right over here you have the circle me modes. And so a lot of different modes of flight on that side. And then overall on this side right here, you can adjust the camera tilt up or down using the app. So you can have full control of the drone through the app. And here is the music video area of the app, where you can pick different filters, and you have access to the photo gallery, and also you can control the drone while in the music video section of the app. And then you also have access to certain filters or overlays right over here. And you can also change the background music here. You can pick from an assortment of music that is built in or use your own. And then you have photo and video options here as well. So a lot of music video options there. And then here you can take a picture. You can also take video from this button right over here. You can also apply the 50x zoom, but it's a digital zoom, not an optical zoom. So you can zoom in, and then you can access the virtual controls to fly the drone using just the app. And then you can adjust the rate of speed, the auto takeoff, and if you lock and unlock the motors. So you can control the drone completely through the app. So a lot of good features with the app and drone. A drone with a full 3-axis gimbal and stabilized footage for a good affordable price. It is a smooth flyer. It would be nice if it was a little faster in sport mode, but for a camera drone, this is a smooth flyer that takes good stabilized video and has very good range. So let's take it up for a flight and see how she performs.